Hello YouTube subscribers, today or tonight whenever you're watching this, I am doing another Hazbin Hotel video. Now I did watch the last two episodes of Hazbin Hotel, and I gotta say, last Thursday I watched the last two episodes of Hazbin Hotel, and what happened in those last two episodes just got me excited, got me pumped. I'm all ready for season 2. I'm hoping there's a season 2. I keep on hearing there is going to be a season 2. And honestly, if you guys haven't watched Hazbin Hotel because you guys don't have Prime, but if you got if you're able to get a chance to get Prime, get it, because and watch Hazbin Hotel. Yes, if you love watching adult shows, it is the perfect adult show for you to watch. Yes, if you're picky about the Bible, but if you're able to look past it, then it will be a perfect show. It would be a good show if you're able to look past a few of the changes. If you don't like musicals, but if you're able to look past that, great. Yes, it's a bit childish, but especially for an adult show, but it makes the show what it is. It's what, because if you guys watched my recent, well, kind of my recent, but very first Hazbin Hotel video, review, whatever, yes, I basically explained Charlie. She's basically like this Disney princess. She looks at hell like Disney World. She sings, dance. She tries to make hell a better place, along with her girlfriend Vaggie, which Adam basically confirmed in the show. He named Vaggie not Vaggie, but the best thing that was ever invented: vagina. Adam's words in the show, not mine. But and then you got Angel Dust, which is a gay porn star, and which that's the first person in the hotel, first demon sinner in Charlie's and Vaggie's hotel, is that which is her their first volunteer to rehabilitate, which when you go through not just the pilot, but, well, kind of the pilot. I mean, the pilot basically does what a pilot does. And yes, as I said in my first Hazbin Hotel video, that the pilot does count in the show, even though the show is on Prime and the pilot is on YouTube. It does basically go into the show directly. It still counts to be in the show. It's still canon, because it does reference the pilot a few times here and there throughout the series, well, first season, but and then you basically got Alistair, which is this radio demon that you basically do not fuck with, because he is like the most dangerous, one of the dangerous demon crime lords in hell. Um, uh, that technically has been gone for 7 years, but back. He basically said that he's been gone for 7 years, and actually I'll get back into that. But and then you got basically two demons that basically made a deal with Alistair. One demon was already in hell when he made the deal with Alistair, uh, which was Husk, which he which okay, yes, Alistair was my first favorite character. Husk, Angel and Husk were like my other two favorite characters. Uh, Vaggie and Charlie was like my last two favorite. I mean, the list still goes down. Like okay, Alistair is still my first favorite. Angel Dust and Husk is like me. Still my top two favorite. Well, actually, my first, my top second and third favorite. Charlie and Vaggie is like my fourth and fifth favorite. And then let's see. Nifty. There's Nifty, which is like the maid, which that's one of the Alistair's little demons that he has in his pocket. On the side of Husk and working at the hotel, and basically the last two episodes of Hazbin Hotel, and this is where spoilers will come into play if you have not seen it. If you haven't seen it, please go and watch it. It is worth the time. Even though it's a musical adult show, the animation is good, the story is good, even though it does take a while to get into it. Even if you do watch the pilot, I feel like even if you do watch the pilot on YouTube, then it still takes a while, but if you actually stick with the show, I truly believe other people will truly like it and see why it does have a fandom as it does. But I mean, like, the number one freaking favorite character out of the whole entire show is Alistair, and of course, because I could see why, and honestly, he was automatically my first favorite, but the last two episodes of Hazbin Hotel, basically, episode 7 was basically Vaggie finding out how to kill angels. Like, okay, apparently that Alistair and Charlie made a deal because Alistair wouldn't just give Charlie the information how to get rid of a demon. I mean, not demon, angel. Well, like the information of who killed the angel, but without making a deal. And Charlie, she is a Disney princess, very nice-hearted, unless you actually push her to her limit. um she doesn't want to hurt anyone. Doesn't want Alistair to hurt anyone, or she doesn't want to hurt anyone for Alistair. So that was part of the deal. That basically, the deal was is that she'll make the deal with Alistair. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as she doesn't need to hurt anybody to get to, which he's like, fine, deal. Now that either other way, I've seen stuff laid out on the table like that. Either other way, when it does, and once it happens, Alice, once people like Alistair get what they want at the end, you will still feel like shit, because you will feel like you are hurting these people, because that's what Alistair wants. He as we learn early on in the show, before the last 2 episodes, that he is on a leash. He is chained like a dog. He may not act like it, he may not show it, but yet he is. Only Husk, that we know of, knows about this. That Husk knows that he's on a leash. That and someone has the other end, pulling that string. And Alistair hates that Husk actually knows this, which I don't know how Husk knows about this, but Alistair hates it, that he is on a leash. He wants it off. He wants it gone, so he can spread his full power onto hell, do his full wrath of actually hurting demons, not have to hold back, to which because at the end, because the very last episode of this season, it basically explained that he's tired of being on a chain. He wants to be freed. He wants to be having his full power to reign over hell, to be like this new king of hell. So, and I've been hearing more and more about Alistair than any other character, which I kind of figured, well, Alistair is like the main big character that everybody freaking loves. So I figured, okay, yeah, of course everybody's gonna talk about him more than freaking anybody else. As I've learned over other people's theories and stories of Alistair, is that he hates the way he died. That basically he used to dress up as a deer, well, which basically once you die, and when you die and go to hell, that you take the form of how you died, which I'm guessing, okay, he has antlers, he on the bottom of his boots, it shows basically, deer feet, so, like a shape of a deer foot. So I'm guessing, okay, he dressed up like a deer when he was alive, and someone shot him in the head, because most of the time when he does his devilish look when he's killing people, you can see an X on his forehead, in the middle of his forehead. So I'm guessing someone shot, and since he basically, I would hate that. Someone basically, and as a lot of people are saying, he was hiding a body, and that that's how he got shot. But as that he was in the middle hiding a body, he got shot and stuff. And that basically, this is where it got complicated of my research for Alistair, is that he was a cannibal, a serial killer cannibal, and yet he went to heaven, made a deal came straight down to hell, and that's why nobody knew about him and stuff. But the way I looked at it is that if he was in life, if he was a cannibal and a serial killer, how in the hell did he go to heaven? There would have been no way. He would have went straight down to hell. So I'm guessing either other way, since he still went straight down to hell, as the story went, as Maeve talked about it, that basically he arrived in hell, nobody knew who he was, and stuff, and even though he was trying to, nobody would give him attention and tell him where he is, basically. But he didn't care why he was there, but he knew why. But he nobody would tell him where he. Well, he kind of figured where he was, but nobody would tell him. Nobody would talk to him. Until for some reason, big hitters, big gangster demons in hell went missing one by one, and then all suddenly sinners, demons hear their screams coming out of a radio station, and that's where Alistair got the name Radio Demon, and that's how he got his way up to the top. Even though we were given a little bit of that, and I heard a little bit from fans that was throwing out theories, stuff that they heard. I basically try to put the best way I could together, especially as I do know what he basically said at the end of the final episode is that basically the final finale of season 1 is that basically he's tired of being on the chain. He wants to be free, and once that does happen, thanks to the deal with Charlie, he's going to use that against her and use that to in a way to get free off of his chain, so he could be free and do whatever the hell he wants, to rule hell or whatever, to have his full strength. I truly feel like that in season 2, as the final episode showed us that Lilith will be the big bad of season 2. No. I've thought about this over and over. Alistair will actually be the big bad for season 2. Even though I do like the guy, the demon, the character, I truly strongly feel like how his character was at the end of season 1. They're building him up to be the big bad. Maybe for season 2, it would make sense for season 2, because they did announce for a season 2. They still greenlight a season 2. But I just feel like that Alistair is just gonna be the big bad for season 2. Will there be a season 3? If there is, then they're probably gonna build him even more up to be even more of a bigger threat, and he will be the big bad of season 3, which I would kind of hate, but I mean, we get more of Alistair. So, Charlie on the... okay, wait. Before I get into Charlie, at the end of the final episode of season 1, we see Lilith. We finally... I did not expect to see Lilith in the final episode of season 1. I expected her to pop in maybe the first episode of season 2. Nope. I was completely wrong. Which, don't get me wrong, I was excited. I was excited, pissed, and freaking, I was everything I was. And finding out, basically, 7 years. Basically, now it's gonna be 8 years. Basically, counting this year, 8 fucking years. Lilith's been on a beach in heaven, relaxing in heaven, getting a tan, getting her nails done, whatever. While, as we know from right now, her daughter, she has her daughter basically suffering in hell, trying to do good in hell, and yet Lilith is just ignoring her. It agitated me. It excited me. The excitement of actually seeing Lilith and knowing where she is. The pissed off part is that, yes, I cannot believe she's been doing what she did, doing what she's doing, and ignoring her child when she's actually admitting she needs help. When that's not easy to hear from your child. Because when your child thinks they can do what they can on their own, they go and do it. Yeah, somehow they magically actually do succeed on their own. But sometimes the child doesn't. And it actually takes guts for the child to go back to their parents and say, hey, I need your help. I'm sorry. Yes. I'm all ears, whatever you have to say. And Charlie, okay, yeah, did she apologize? No, because they probably didn't have an argument, and she's been gone for 7 years. And she just thought of the hotel and the pilot. And in the pilot, she made it sound like she just thought of the hotel while her mom's been gone for 7 years. And for Charlie to turn around in the pilot and ask for her mom for help, like I said, that takes a lot from a child. But I just heard someone's theory, a Hazbin Hotel's fan theory, that, okay, yes, Hazbin Hotel show does play with the Bible a little bit, here and there. As in the episode Welcome to Heaven, we found out that basically Adam was the first human soul into heaven. Technically, Abel is the first human soul into heaven, quoting the Bible, but I kind of went along with it because it's the feeling of the show. You have to go along with it because it's just the way the show is, like Supernatural. But it does bring up, but in the final episode of season 1, Lucifer does bring up if I'm saying the characters, if I'm saying her name correctly, Edith, the second woman for Adam. Basically, Lucifer did bring up not just the first woman was into me, but also your second wife did also appreciated what I had and what I had. To piss off Adam, but to also confirm that yes, we didn't just get Lilith in the show and the lore of Hazbin Hotel, but also Edith, the second wife of Adam. And basically, yes, she also fucked Lucifer. um, and basically, the fan theory I just heard is that what if Charlie is not the daughter of Lilith, and that's why Lilith is the way she is to Charlie. So pushed away, so abandoned, makes Charlie feel like abandoned. Because even though, yeah, okay, if Edith, the second woman, the second wife of Adam, is the true mom of Charlie, something must have happened to her for her not to be in the picture. Or second of all, that basically if she did abandon Charlie, she's still of a bad fucking mother. Because abandonment, still living on like a life of her own, not actually being there through her whole entire life. Okay, yeah, that can mess up Charlie to a certain point, to her breaking point, because we all saw how she was with Vaggie and keeping the whole angel thing a secret. But finding out that Lilith will not actually be her mom. I mean, this is just a theory that I heard. But if that's gonna be true, a Lilith coming into the picture, actually revealing that she's not her mom and that's why she never cared to a certain point, that basically, yeah, she did raise Charlie as her own. She basically kept Charlie away from Lucifer as much as she could. And basically, yes, it, so, and if that's true, like I said, something must happen to Adam's second wife where she didn't just abandon Charlie, where she also died. Adam must have killed her, and that's probably why Lilith kind of wanted Adam dead, because she did know Edith and Eve, and Eve and Lilith actually got along with each other, but or Lilith just hated Adam because at the end, a little bit of the ending, the the Adam's girl, executioner, basically told Lilith, he's dead, you got what you wanted, now give me what I want, stop your freaking daughter. Okay, yeah, obviously there's so many things that could go around that. She liked Eve as a person. Adam killed Eve for not just fucking Lucifer, but also basically leaving him, just like his first wife, for Lucifer. And also having a child with Lucifer, which is Charlie, and that's why I feel like that's also why Lilith kept Charlie away from Lucifer, because Lucifer is somewhat of a bad person, but yet not really. And then, or Lilith just abandoned Charlie, still alive and somewhere out there in the universe of Hazbin Hotel. But if that's not the case, and Lilith is actually the mother of Charlie, then yeah, she got a lot of freaking explaining to do, for sure. But I'm pretty sure Alistair will be the big bad for season 2 instead of Lilith. But if Prime and if Prime and the actual creator of Hazbin Hotel wants to push the issue for Lilith, to be the next big bad for season 2 and push Alistair for season 3 if Prime actually is able to see a season 3, then cool. Fine. More of Alistair, like I said. Charlie, on the other hand, okay. Charlie, I'm mixed on. Okay, I like Charlie as a character. I like what she's trying to do. I've seen her positive side. I've seen her demon look, her devilish look, her evil look, however you want to put it. But, and we even seen her angry, like, I had enough for a small minute, and she's back to be the sweet old Charlie to Vaggie, because she pushed Vaggie away as much as possible. She was angry at her. She was willing to be her evil self. What I want to see in season 2, maybe season 3, if we get a season 3, I want to see Charlie's deep evil side. I want her to just break and where she's so far broken where it will take her longer to recover, but also where, since she is at her breaking point, she is not willing to care about not stop releasing her evil overlord freaking look, where basically where she's willing to release her full power on anyone that she may seize at the moment, and yes, will it take her long to recover from that? Yes, and that's actually what I kind of want to see, is her to release her full freaking overlordness, and then have to learn how to pick herself up from being that far broken on about whatever it is, and recover from that, to pick up the pieces, to try and apologize to everyone that yes, it's not their fault, it's hers, and she didn't mean to lash out the way she did, but it just accidentally happened that way. From that too, Vaggie, I really don't want her to change, because I feel like her story arc is kind of already done and over with. I mean, we saw her from the pilot. She was broken. We've seen her story arc along through season 1. She changed. She was able to recover to okay, yeah, there's a certain point she could have recovered, but there's another half of her that she probably needs to still recover, that basically that she may still feel guilty about. There's something that she still feels guilty about, but that maybe in season 2 she'll be able to get rid of it, or maybe it'd be ridiculous if it takes to season 3, but hey, I can only see it going to season 2 if there is something that's still bugging Vaggie. Angel Dust, that dude needs to go to freaking heaven. I mean, at the end of the final episode, I'm glad that, what was his name? The snake, the cobra, what's his name? Serpentress, I think was the name, but, like, I was glad, like, I was angry, I was sad when I saw Serpentress died by Adam's hand, when when I was actually when I was actually happy for Serpentress, because he was like he finally kissed the girl he wanted, and who knows if he actually survived, he would have actually gotten laid by her. He was actually gonna stick up to Adam, blow Adam up into tiny little pieces. But Adam destroyed him, basically zapped him, and gone. But at the end of the show, it actually got revealed that Serpentress actually got to go to heaven. He stuck it up. He actually, I want to say, somewhat did everything that Adam did put on that list in the episode Welcome to Heaven, and literally stuck up to the man. Literally, the first man. Especially in that episode, where basically the final episode where I loved Alistair's freaking conversation with Adam. I loved where Alistair was like, first the man, second to die. I freaking love that line. It was just perfect for Alistair. He was just But anyway, back to Serpentress. I was excited that he got to go to heaven, because it just proved that yes, a sinner, a demon, can actually rehabilitate and go to heaven. Doesn't matter if they died as a bad person, but they can get rehabilitated. And to me, that was just a freaking, just, I freaking loved it. It took my words out of my mouth when I saw that. I'm like, but for Angel Dust, even though I like Angel Dust, and if Prime does do a season 3, would he be missed in season 3? Yes, but I think that's supposed to be the point of this whole entire show, which this is the actual whole entire point of the show, is that basically, you're seeing your favorite character, you fall in love with this character, you're building up to his or hers recovery and going to heaven. Okay? Some people, I kind of did here and there. He wasn't really my top favorite, but Serpentress was a lot of people's favorite, and he got to go to heaven. He will be missed unless Charlie takes a trip up to heaven and bumps into him. But Angel Dust, okay, yeah, I heard, which is true. If Angel Dust does got a sister up in heaven, and I feel like if Angel just admits that maybe that's just one of the things that's holding him back, because as he could tell, maybe not from the pilot, maybe not the first thing from the pilot, but once you start the show on Prime, you actually see him trying. He may not show it at times, he may not be willing to admit it, but maybe that's what he needs to do. But he is actually trying to rehabilitate himself. He is willing to actually go to heaven, to try and go to heaven, because honestly, maybe he wants to see his sister. And honestly, I've been hearing a lot that we actually see somebody that looks just like Angel, but a female version, and that's his sister. So, so maybe he needs to admit that he's doing all of it because he wants to see his sister or something. And that could be another thing. So I want to see Angel, maybe at the end of season 2, maybe in the middle of season 2, him go to heaven. The dude deserves it. I mean, after what he I mean, yeah, he could still have a story arc building into, which, okay, yeah, he still does going into season 2, but at some point at season 2, that arc has to freaking end because he already did what Adam laid out right in front of Charlie. He basically, there's just something like Vaggie that's still making Angel to feel like the way he is. Husk, okay, the dude, Husk. I'm gonna say at times Husk is like a cat or a dog or a mix, because the dude kind of looks like a husky. Um, but Husk, okay, yeah, even though he's a demon, he was a overlord. He's a demon. He was a overlord. His weakness is gambling. He gambles too much. He made a deal with Alistair. There's not really much I feel like we have to learn about Husk, but maybe accept the way he died. But if he wants to change, which I feel like he kind of has, I mean, he could still need to change a little bit more before going up to heaven, especially getting off of Alistair's leash. But, uh, so I do want to see a little bit more of Lucifer. I mean, I did like Lucifer. He was another of my favorite characters. That was in Hazbin Hotel. Do I want to see Eve, the second woman, the second wife of Adam? Yes, I do. Because we're gonna see Lilith, we might as well see Eve. So unless they actually quote that she died then. And yes, was there plans for us to hear a little bit or get introduced to Cain and Abel? Yes. Is that still in the plan? Maybe. Not really sure. But if that just means that they didn't really completely take them out of the lore of Hazbin Hotel's Bible lore. So what would I like? I basically said what I would like to see in season 2, maybe in season 3, if there is a season 3. Also, what I would seriously like to see in season 2 as well, and this is my final wish to see in season 2, I want to see Adam in hell. Yes, the dude died. The dude actually died, which I did not expect that, especially by Nifty, the little maid. Which I just loved how she stabbed him. She was like, but since he died, since Serpentress died and went to heaven, I want to see Adam. Since he died, I want him to go to hell. Have him experience hell. Maybe be Valentino's bitch. I mean, granted, I hate Valentino as a character. As a freaking character. I even hate Valentino's partner, which is the TV guy. But I don't mind the girl. But the TV guy and Valentino, I hate them. But for Adam, I want him to be tortured a little bit in hell in season 2. I want him to feel what it's like to be in hell. Have to be redeemed. Like go to Charlie and want to be redeemed. But also that tortureness that I want to see. I want him to be Valentino's little bitch. To just be like, yeah, you made fun of Angel. Why don't you have a try? And then have us magically feel bad for Adam somehow, even though it'll take me longer to feel bad for Adam. Have him go to Charlie, have him be rehabilitated, and then actually go back to heaven. So, also, that's not my final request for season 2. This is my final request for season 2, is that I want season 2, yes, granted, I loved how there was 2 songs and 1 each episode. Like 2 songs in each episode. That was cool. That was awesome. Especially if you actually got into each song. Like, depends on the episode, and depends if you actually got into the episode and was able to get into the song or songs. Then cool. Like me, I didn't mind welcome, like, It's Gonna Be a Good Day in Hell. I didn't mind Angel's songs, Poison and Loser Baby. That was good. But season 1, as good as it was, what season 2 needs to be better than season 1. And how it could be better, it could be a little longer, like maybe timing wise longer, while being more than just 8 episodes, like maybe 9 episodes, 1 more episode, or 2 more episodes, where it's like 9 episodes or 10 episodes. That would be great for season 2, and just the timing to be a tight bit longer, with a little bit more lore with everyone, not too much, but just a little bit more. Maybe not 2 songs in each episode, but maybe 1 song in each episode. But hey, if there's still 2 songs in each episode, that's fine, that's cool. But just make sure you make it a tad bit longer, where it's not just the singing that's doing more, that's basically kind of doing a little bit more of the lore and stuff. Like, the lore I don't mind, but the story plot I kind of don't mind. But I do want a little bit more talking when they are doing more of the story. But other than that, I'm pretty sure season 2 will be good, be more than we expect, and honestly, I can already see merchandise for Hazbin Hotel be selling like hotcakes, because honestly, there's a few things that I would like to, as a prop replica to, from Hazbin Hotel, but Alistair staff. But yeah, drop a comment down below. What did you guys think about Hazbin Hotel? Did you guys watch it? Did you guys like it? Did you guys not like it? What was your favorite song? What was your favorite episode? Who's your favorite character from beginning to end? And that's okay if you have more than one favorite character. I mean, I started off with Alistair, and I build off from Angel and Husk to Charlie and Baggy and so on. But yeah, and Um, what did you guys like about the final finale for season 1? Are you guys excited for season 2? Do you guys want there to be a season 3 already? Even though you guys may not know what season 2 is like yet. Hit that like button if you liked this video. Hit that dislike button if you didn't like this video. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that subscribe button if you're a newcomer. If you're a newcomer dropping by, just by one of my videos randomly, I would appreciate if you hit that subscribe button, because I welcome all new and old subscribers with open arms. Have a nice day, have a nice night whenever you're watching us. Peace.